So if you were listening last week, we began with applause. Do we read into the fact that it's dead silent this time? I hope not. I don't think so. Welcome back to Red, White and Black Chat. I'm Sarah, joined, of course, again by Soz on the couch. Welcome back, Soz.
Hi.
Cheers.
Cheers. I've got a Moscato on today. It's necessary after what we watched yesterday. I mean, Saturday. Sorry. God.
You know what? When you're on the Moscato, every sad day
Every
is yesterday.
day blends together.
Yeah, exactly right. And we've got a new face on the couch.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Please, don't let me.
Hi, I'm Amber.
Amber, where might we know you from? All the Saints faithful, where might we know you from?
Possibly TikTok or Platform 28.
Or when social media accounts from other teams steal your content and don't credit you?
Yes,
Or the
correct.
intro to the St Kilda. When you're at the game, they give the intro before.
Yeah,
the
you find me there too.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
You'll find me on ESPN. They just reposted us last week. So, yeah, that's where you'll find me.
So good. Surely we had Kat last week. She got a tat the day after she filmed. I think not because she filmed, but just she was geared up to get a little stick man. Have you got knock knock anyway?
I actually do.
No, you don't.
I do.
No.
I do.
Fantastic.
I do. It's
Is it big?
in a private place. Oh,
Wait, no, wait.
No, it's just under my bum cheek.
Lovely.
And then I've got my little St Kilda one.
Okay.
But I woke up the next morning with the biggest hangover and so much anxiety that I had just done that.
Okay,
But I tell you what, it looks so shit. The knock knock is one word. There's no space. And I said to the tattooist, I trust you. You're the professional.
No.
I'd been drinking for a while, but so it's there now. I tell you what, it's on the back of me, so I can't see it every day.
Fantastic.
But I do look and laugh and think that was dumb. But it's all for the memes.
I think really most tattoo stories are like that, you know.
I've had 5 sober and I've got 15.
Oh my God. Fantastic. We'll let that knock knock joke slide through to the keeper. How are we going, guys? How are we feeling?
It's been a few days.
Yeah.
We've been on a roller coaster, I think.
Yeah.
During the game, the mood, it was very low. And then it wasn't so low.
And then it was
And
low.
then it was low. It was when your vibrator is about to die. It was. And you're there, and then it's over, and it just didn't happen.
I saw when this podcast went on to Apple, the rating said clean. I don't think between knock knock and although an excellent analogy.
Yeah.
Because I would say the vast majority of our listenership would know exactly what you're referring to. So, yeah, it's very accurate indeed.
Yeah, that's how it felt.
Yeah, just a bit of a, yeah.
I was a little bit the opposite, to be honest. Oh, I just had this
You were fully
beaming
charged.
positivity about me all day for no reason. And we're watching it at home with one of my friends and she was sitting there and she was she was so upset.
Yep.
She was sitting there not speaking and I was jumping around the lounge room going, call me delusional, but I think we're going to win. It was at 3/4 time. And everyone was like, oh my God, can you relax? And I was like, I'm delusional. And I'm just beaming positivity.
I feel like there's a delusional aspect of being a St Kilda supporter though, because we've been there that many times. It's why wouldn't we come back?
Yeah, literally.
I was at the game and there was a kid sitting next to me and he was like, oh, they're not going to win. They need double the goals they've already got. And I'm like, oh, excuse me, little kid. Anything's possible.
Firstly, shut up. No, that will look, that's the thing that I love that a kid already is a naysayer, just nah. No good. No good.
GWS kid, where did you come from?
Yeah.
Who paid you to be here?
Yeah.
Well, I feel initial response to the weekend, I feel like it was really line ball. I feel like walking away, you could either be in the camp of we were 36 points down at one point and we had the composure to finish out the game, run out the game, come back, almost steal the game.
Yep.
Or we could be on the side of things that's we really cannot keep waiting till the death knell of the game to come back and capitalise on the fact that our opposition may have put the cue in the rack.
Yep.
do you guys fall on either side of that or a foot in both camps? Or Emma, what do you reckon?
I think I'm like a bit in the middle.
Yeah.
Like I reckon I think it's the game. The game decides which way I fall on that, I think.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, some games like that, I mean, we should have won it, and I'm sick of waiting to be a fourth quarter team and only showing up in the fourth quarter and just hanging on, not letting it get too far out of reach for the rest of the thing. But then I just thought back, like this game, I just thought, wow, that last like 15 minutes, like that was what makes me excited.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't care about the other 3 quarters. Like that was
Just all in here.
Yeah.
Yep. Fair enough. Yeah. Soz?
I think 2021 Collingwood, I feel like, are we trying to do that? Because they were down, they were always down and they would come back in the fourth.
Yeah.
So we're giving that, but we're not actually coming back just yet.
We're not winning it.
That's it. Like almost, but not quite. Yeah. I mean, I'm sort of the optimist about it, I feel. I'm like, I feel to have the belief that you can get back into a match is massive in, you know, because you focus on us rather than the opposition. We're attacking rather than defending.
Yep.
Still in the game. But, yeah, I suppose, it's at this point, I suppose we should talk about the game because I suppose it's where our weakness is where I felt. The first half, there was plenty to, like, I think before talking about us, we can't put it to the side that I think personally GWS are the best side in the comp.
Yep.
Yeah.
And their structure is so elite and their depth. I mean, so as you watched Sandy play the Giants, their seconds team.
Yeah, they're strong.
Yeah.
And there's a few players, they are massive. I don't know their names, it was number 11 and number someone else. But they were huge men. And when they come into the Giants, that's going to be a scary team.
Really scary, isn't it? That's it. I mean, like I know particularly there's a mid for GWS, Connor Stone. He kicked 3 goals and had like almost 20 touches. But, you know, apart from the injuries that GWS have, like he's not getting a game in their senior side. It's like, holy moly.
I think up until Saturday, they didn't have many injuries at the GWS camp.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we're talking about GWS's depth. Yeah. So I think given that, you know, eventually we only went down by a point.
Yeah.
All in all, I think is a great result. I felt personally you could see I felt optimistic coming out of it. I don't feel disappointed coming out of it because I can see the potential in what we're building. When everything starts clicking, I think we're going to be a fantastic side.
Yeah.
But the difference on the weekend was the polish.
Yeah.
I feel like we would do have a good run.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, like I'd notice, like, and I reckon Brad Hill was obviously, to me, he was best on.
By a
But
mile.
I feel like he would be running so fast and people just weren't there. He had nowhere to go and then it would just get turned over. And I don't think it was necessarily like his fault per se.
No.
It was just he had nowhere else to go and there was only so little he could do. And just some of the turnovers were so stupid.
Yeah.
Just handball, like, it was just stupid things. But then you were like, oh, that was like good leading up to that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
but I feel really optimistic coming out of that game too. Like I was not sad. I went and smiled all night.
I went and I smiled. I love it. That's so good. I mean, so you were there again on the road. I pray for your car. Like I love it.
It's making a few like clicking noises which weren't there, but she'll be right.
She'll be right. I think so did our midfield, in fairness. We made a few clicky noises in the first half. Your take from being there?
When I was there, we didn't look great.
They were tiny.
Yeah. There was Sinclair. He's usually so on.
Yeah.
But he was making fumbles that I've never seen him do before.
Yeah.
He really unimpressed me. I actually messaged one of my friends and I was like, I love him, but like I wouldn't have cared if he was in the game or not, which love him. But like I feel like he didn't even bring much impact to it. Like you could have literally just had anyone on.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It was just like simple things, simple errors that he was making. And I feel like we've seen that throughout the season so far. Like Wilkie's made simple mistakes.
Yeah.
Max has made simple mistakes. Jones has made simple mistakes. So do we have to go back to the basics?
Well, this is the question, right? Like I recall a moment in last week's match where I saw like Nazaya. I think he turned it over. I was like, what the hell? Like I don't think I've ever seen you do anything wrong in your life. But yeah, and that's where it's sort of line ball of like, you know, we can be optimistic given that, you know, we were at one point off arguably the comp leaders, and it's just lacking that polish to be there.
Because even Battle actually made quite a few. But in saying that, I felt like every time he did that, he was straight back in there to like win it back out. Like he was putting that double effort. But I don't know what break it was. It could have been like 3/4 time. They like the camera was on and Steele and him were like, Steele was, you could tell that they were having some pretty like
serious
words. And I was like, drama.
I love it. Wet Steely. But there he is back again.
But he had a great game still.
Didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, just like, it's amazing what happens when your body's not, you know, falling apart from injury.
Yeah.
The poor thing, having to battle through last year. But that's the thing. Once that polish is there, I think we could take it up to anyone.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, you know, that's the frustrating part, but it's the optimistic part,
Exactly.
I suppose. So, you know, you can really fall both ways there. Speaking of optimism, speaking of the future, young Mr. Hugo Garcia.
He was incredible.
He was. He was so. He was really good.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed watching him.
Yep.
I just love seeing the kids on that debut. I'm like, they're so little.
They are little.
Yeah.
I don't know, like GWS's sub when he came on.
Or
I was like,
Peatling.
the Oz
One
kicker.
that took the. No, he was the one that
took the Leo Barry mark. Yeah. Yeah. But
I
like,
saw a GWS player and I thought,
you are a child.
are you 18? Like, are you old enough to be playing?
I thought, oh my gosh, it would make you feel old. But he had a great debut. Equally did Darcy Wilson. That kid does not look like a kid.
Yep.
But again, I think you can see what we're building.
Yeah.
You know, that
definitely.
Yeah, real nice crop of young kids. Yeah.
And run.
Like what we say.
He's just
love
everywhere
I
too.
know.
Like,
He's
my
a
brother was over and he just kept saying, oh my God, like you'd see him in like the forward line. Then all of a sudden you're like, oh, Darcy's there again. Like he was just everywhere.
I don't have the actual stats on me because I'm disorganised, but I agree with you. He seemed to be everywhere. And then you've got players like you said, Amber Hilly leading the charge, Jack Steele in the midfield, who's just been an absolute warrior this year so far. Yeah, it's one that stings.
Yep.
We'll rue that we'll miss it probably, that we missed it, I should say. But, yeah.
Another thing that hurts was Max's performance.
Yeah, okay.
And you could tell.
He was in his head.
Yeah, he just didn't look happy. I think he went for that first goal, missed it, and then there was an opportunity maybe 5 minutes later. He had the mark on the 50 and he just passed it on.
Yeah, I think it was like probably, I mean, I'm not in his brain, so I don't know, but like
he just didn't.
It seemed like he was like, no, I'm not missing that again.
Yeah.
Like, pass it on. But I feel like it was almost like a bit, not a blessing, but because I love Big Max, but when he went off, everything started to change because I feel like it just wasn't being bombed into the forward 50. And like I reckon our best games that we win is when we have like 8 different goal scorers because everyone's everyone's just going for it. You're not aiming for either Membry or King to then just be relying on. It's like anyone go
and they
for
can't
it.
guess where we're going because
Exactly.
we have the opportunities.
Because like
many
he
options.
kicked a goal, didn't he? Did he miss that? No, I think he kicked one.
I think he kicked one.
I think he missed a set shot and then actually just kicked one on the
You're
run.
right. Yeah.
And Sinclair kicked one and I think Darcy kicked one too.
Yeah.
He did, yeah. That's right. And that's a really good call, Emma.
Yeah.
That's a really good call.
Because I remember 2010, Rui went down.
Yep.
And I tell you what, everyone else stepped up and we still made it to the finals when Rui had missed that huge
Massive chunk.
of the, he did that, I think, in like round 5 or something.
It was early
or
on.
something super early.
It was early on,
And like
for sure.
Stephen Milne, my favourite player of all time. So like, but like everyone else just sort of like stepped up.
Yep.
And I'm not saying we need to get rid of Max. Like, no, not at all. But I think they need to practice utilising everyone around and stop being so reliant on.
No doubt.
Because Max gets taken out of the game a lot
does.
too when they're like defending him.
Big time. And I mean, like, mentioned on last week's episode, like, you know, Richo for the Tigers almost won the Brownlow playing on the wing, you know, to push him up because he's an excellent mark. I mean, if he marks at the highest point, he's either giving away the opponent's giving away a free kick or he's marking it.
Exactly.
So then if we have then that link in the chain, might be something to look
I was
into.
saying on the weekend, I mean, because I have a couch like coach, but I was going, put Max on the wing, put Sharman or someone in the goal square. Just move one of them back down, get him to play a bit of that Mason Wood role where he can, when he's just having a bit of an off game, like, you know, everyone has off games, but just move him up and make him just take marks.
Because I think as well, like that would work wonders for his confidence, surely, as well. Because I'm with you. The body language on the weekend, he did look very forlorn. Like he looked very down on himself.
But then he did have the knee complaint in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Did you?
So I'm not sure if he was
attack?
playing.
Yeah,
It might have been his mind just being like, oh, this is worse. I've done my ACL or something.
Yeah,
and
fair.
he just got in his head.
Did you all have a heart attack at 3/4 time when on the telly they show him keeled over?
Oh, I didn't say that. I just saw him like
his knee. I was
everyone
like,
had run off the field and it was just Max standing there looking sad. I was like, Max.
No, I
Maxie,
rewinded it. I rewinded it and watched it and I was like, no, I reckon he's just jarred it or something. And I have this theory, I don't know how right it is, but we always say it like when we're watching the game. I knew Canelio hadn't done his ACL because he stayed there cradling his knee. I've found a lot of the time when people do their ACLs, they're like, oh my God, ow, ow, ow. And then they can generally walk themselves back off.
That's very
and
true.
you're like, okay. So I feel like I look at them, so I'm a doctor as well. Oh my God, what can't I do?
If they're walking, they're fine.
They're walking. It's not something like, if they're walking, it's usually their ACL. If they're not walking, you're like, okay, they've probably done some damage,
Something
but it's
else.
not. And I mean, that's very like broad, but I was
fair.
comfortable. I felt
You were comfortable.
I was
You gave him the green light.
knowing that like Max was going to be okay.
Okay, so in the future, if there's any injury, I'm going to be like, Emma.
Yeah, and I'm going to say
Tick or cross.
Yeah, I believe, but I was overly delusional on Saturday for no reason.
Yeah.
Like Gemma was like, you need to relax. I was like, I'm just happy. Like, I don't know why.
You need to be more optimistic. I love it. No, and I mean, it seems that Maxi sort of avoided that pretty significant injury, which is fantastic. I mean, even if he does sit the game out this week, you know, thankfully. It's
Dougal in, Cordy to the forward line. I've already landed in my
there
wing.
we go. Another Dougal.
Another
Zane
Dougal
Gordon
girl.
Stan over here.
Yeah, he sent me a happy birthday message once, and I was like, oh, hi.
Oh, you
I
got
can't know if anyone's watching the video. Above Sarah's head is my signed Dougal Howard shirt. So
in
that's
the
with
flesh.
us.
Here it is. It is with
Love
us
it.
today. And Duke's the bear.
Duke's
come
the
back.
bear.
Duke's the bear. Duke's the Guernsey. Wet Steely.
Steel.
Everyone's come. Everyone's made
here.
it back for round two. Gang's all here and
Oh, this is Jack Sink Bear.
Sink bear.
Jackson Bear. So cute. It's got the mullet, so it makes sense. Just before we move on to whatever we talk about next, I think it would be good to acknowledge Sam Taylor's injury. The commentators, I feel they're right, best defender in the league at the moment. It's an ugly incident.
Yeah.
And you don't like to see that from any player of any side. I mean, out before he hit the ground. I mean, we're all big AFL supporters. I'm sure, would all agree that no one wants to see cheap shots at the head.
No.
Accidents happen in the game.
Yep.
And all we want to see, I suppose, is Sam recover and, be out there pretty soon. So
As a Saints fan, that's our second big hit we've seen this season. Mason
Yeah.
Wood and now.
it's
yeah.
I kept rewinding it too because me and my brother
sickening.
were like, oh, like what we wanted to see because it happened so quickly.
Yeah,
Then
it
they
did.
zoomed in and then it just on the TV,
Yeah.
it just then cast back out. And Gemma again, she goes, there was blood, and we were like, no, there wasn't. So we went back and we were like, oh, yes, there was. And then me and my brother were like, oh, where did he actually hit Steele? Like, how did
Yeah.
And then
on his
everyone was
chin,
cracking it
wasn't
because
it?
we were like, where? Yeah. But we just kept going back and forth and we were like, oh, it was Steele's shoulder. Yeah. I wasn't looking at the blood. I was looking at the collision.
Meanwhile,
Sure.
I just thought.
Dr.
Yeah,
Amber.
Dr. Amber was just trying to find out what happened.
I thought
point.
Steele was the one injured because I heard it and I was like, Steele, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I realised what happened, I had that split second thinking, I thought Sam Taylor's going to get suspended for that with how
it
everything's
was
going
fine.
until I was like, oh, okay.
No, it was bad.
That was
No.
bad. Yeah.
No, you never like to see anything like
No.
that. And the fact
And
that...
so early in the game too.
Oh, yeah. And when they don't move
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
a while you go, oh, it just makes
you
feel
wouldn't have
sick.
seen it, Soz, but on TV, the cameraman actually zoomed in on his face for a split second because I don't think they realised
No, they
either
didn't.
how serious it.
Yeah.
And then it quickly just really, but like you could see like his eyes fully back and like the blood on his chin.
I think it's very telling when the coverage doesn't play the replay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when we're
100%.
still waiting, I was like, oh, it must be really ugly. Yeah.
It's hard when you're there. I was, I think, 2 bays over. So it was in front of me, but I couldn't see what was happening. So I'm
Yeah.
like, is he, like, you don't know if they're alive or dead. And
Scary.
it's
Yeah.
scary. It's to be there because you don't know.
Really scary. So everyone at Red, White and Black Chat, of course, wishes Sam Taylor the absolute best, and hopefully he's out on the park again very shortly.
Yes.
We thought we ran with an idea last week about a segment called Cat Goes Whack.
Yep.
Cat is not here,
Yep.
obviously, but I feel like in its place we've had Dr. Amber, so I think like that could be a semi-regular segment as well. Like,
Amber goes through the injury list.
that's it. That's it.
Gives her opinion on what's going to happen.
They're saying 6 to 8 weeks. I'm saying 2. Next. So thank you, Doctor. I feel like, like Dr. Pressure, the song, that could be your
thing.
little theme. So we'll work on that. But before we move on, plug for Cat Goes Whack. Keep your ears out for that next week because I think
She should have some things to say.
Absolutely. Very much looking forward to that. But I think now we move on. We can talk about our next match coming up against the Dogs.
Yes.
Thursday night footy. Sweet. Let's do it. Thursday night football this week.
Don't love it. Don't love a
Okay.
Thursday night.
Interesting. I love prime time, but then doesn't the following week feel forever away?
Yeah.
Yep.
I love Thursday night when Saints aren't playing.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
watching Thursday night
On the
footy.
telly. Yeah. That's it.
But then I have to get up and go to work the next day. And if we win, now am I going to
Go to platform.
Yeah, how am I going to go smash a few bevies back? I have to go to work.
The secret is don't go home. Keep going. You know?
Been in trouble for that before at work.
Yeah, look.
I did have a black eye when I showed up too.
Oh my gosh.
But, oops.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah.
Dr. Amber, with your black eye, did you self-diagnose? Like, you're okay?
I just looked in the mirror and thought, yep, that's black.
Yeah, that's like, moving on. Well, we do face the Doggies under the lid at Marvel Stadium on Thursday night.
This is our first home game at Marvel this season.
Yeah.
And our second time to play at Marvel because all 5 games have been different stadium or ground.
Yeah, we've been away a lot, haven't we? Yeah. I mean, the game against Collingwood at the G feels like an eternity ago.
Yeah.
I don't know about you guys, but it feels forever ago. But don't we always manage to play a down-and-out team, a team that's got pressure on them? We always manage to come up against one of those sides, and the Dogs are absolutely under the pump at the minute. Did you guys watch any of last week's? Was it Friday night?
Friday night, yep.
Yeah.
I was doing another podcast, but
What?
and when I got home,
Plug it.
Fancast. I didn't want to get it wrong.
Nice.
With Tiara, one of the
Yes.
other girls, we were in it, and the boys. It was funny. It was just footy based.
Love it.
Okay.
But I feel like everyone was really fighting to get their words in too. But by the time we got home, it was like the 4th quarter, and I walked in, and every time I just walked past the TV, it was like, oh, Essendon's got another goal. Oh, Essendon's got another goal. Essendon's got another goal. But I missed the whole thing, which was, I was disappointed in that because I feel like that would have been a fun game to watch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if
As a St Kilda supporter.
you're watching someone else suffer. Did you see any?
Oh, yeah, I did. I watched the whole game.
Yeah, me too.
Canberra, they don't have AFL on the TVs.
Oh, bloody
Had to
NRL.
KO it on a laptop. Terrible. KO's terrible at the worst of
Not
days.
ideal. Not ideal.
Around 10 minutes delayed.
That's it.
I think with their game, Bombers got up. They beat us. So, where does that...
We lost to them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Oh, we lost.
Yeah,
They
we
didn't
lost.
win. We
I agree
lost
with
that,
that.
I reckon.
100%. Yeah. We kicked ourselves out of that one big time.
So would you say that we are on equal par with the Bulldogs at the moment?
I think we're in better I'm going to say we're in better form, but I genuinely think we're in better form.
Yep.
I just don't know what's happening at the kennel. It's like they've got a Rolls Royce that they're driving like a Dodgem car. Like they've got such a good list.
Yeah.
Yep.
And saying this now, put the moz on them and beat us by 10 goals. I don't want that. But Yeah, I don't know. Watching on Friday night, I was like, why is it Bontempelli and no one else? They dropped Caleb Daniel,
Yeah.
which is so surprising. I mean, he's one of the shortest guys in the league, but if you don't have height on your side, my God, he's skilled. He's such
he's
a
good.
skilled player. He never wastes a kick.
No,
when I saw that, I was like,
he's
what
always
are you doing?
dangerous.
He's one of my favourite players
Me
from the
too.
other teams. Like, he's
100%.
exciting to watch.
I agree. I mean, our backline's pretty stacked, but
Yeah.
if he was out, is he out of contract at the end of the year? Would you throw a contract at him?
Yeah, I would.
I would too.
Bring him.
Oh, yeah.
Come on down.
That's it. Why not? No, I really like him as a player too, so I was surprised to see that. But
I was listening to the commentary and I don't know which commentator it was, but they were like, Bont and Lib, the best in the competition. Is Lib the best in the competition? But anyways, he's injured, so he's on concussion protocols.
that was, again, a bizarre
Yeah.
incident.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that was delayed from his getting hit? Because he was tackled pretty heavily by, was it Stringer?
Maybe.
I think it was Jake Stringer. Yeah, that drove him
I
into
only
the
saw
ground.
the vision the next day when I woke up of him. And I thought it was so nice that Parrish just dropped to him.
straight away.
It just dropped to him and then you could see they showed a bit more and Parrish was like, you could read his lips. I think he was like, you're right.
you're right.
He was sort of calling for the trainer. We had a big discussion about that at home too. Just how nice it is to see that. Because you even saw when Taylor went down.
Yes.
Butler went straight down too. He just
Yep.
immediately knew that something wasn't right. But we were saying at home too that sometimes I don't think it's bad sportsmanship. The plays just keep going. I think sometimes a lot of the players don't realise what's actually just happened and they're just still going.
100%.
But it's so nice to see.
It's really nice. Yeah.
They're just checking in.
Yeah, duty of care. It's not a duty of care, but that
You don't want to see someone get hurt.
something so innocuous as
Yeah.
well. Yeah. No, I agree with you. It was good to see, but again, scary to watch on the.
Reminded me of the Dylan Robertson one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
and Cozzy. Remember when
I was talking about the other when he was just on TV and just
lights
Yeah.
out. Scary.
Yeah.
Scary stuff. I suppose as well in the context of Sam Taylor and the discussion around concussion. Yeah, not nice to see. I mean, if he sits this week out, advantageous for us in terms of a matchup. But again, you sort of hope that he's well and fit and firing going forward. But they are under the pump. I do think we play a better style of game than they do. Bontempelli is one of the best midfielders in the competition. They've got some really tall timber down forward, some really tall timber up back. Jamari Eagle-Hagen's in fantastic form as well. So those are the points that we're going to have to probably address if we're going to.
God, Norton
the
can
show.
take a good mark.
Can't he? Yeah, can't he? So be careful, ladies. I'm about to mention Dougal Howard, all right? You okay?
Yep.
Yeah. That vibrator analogy come back? Does he come back into the side?
To be honest, my theory is, as a coach as well as a doctor, what is it, list day manager?
Yeah.
I would say he's back in if Max is out, and if I was Ross the boss, I would move Cordy to the forward line, just have him swinging a bit.
Yeah, bring it back to Bulldogs last year when we smashed him.
Yeah.
I think I love Cordy in the forward line too. Obviously, I think his spot is in the back, but I think it is handy. It was like when to have a defender. Remember a couple of years ago they put Geary in the forward line for those few games.
That was 2020.
It was so random.
Yeah.
But he just was killing it.
Yeah.
He was doing it well. And I think as well with I just think sometimes having a defender playing forward just can make quite a big difference.
I agree with you.
Too. And he'll have Sharman, and if Caminiti's... I think Sharman hurt himself, actually.
No.
Was Caminiti's shoulder?
Caminiti definitely hurt his shoulder.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if he's not in, then our forward line, who do we bring in?
Well, and this is it,
Do
right?
you bring in a defender and move someone else to the forward line?
If we've got that versatility, it would be handy, and especially for the Dogs, their matchups as well. If we can sort of throw a spanner in the works, then that could work to our advantage.
Yeah. Or even Jack Hayes.
Jack Hayes.
If he's ready, chuck him in the goal square.
Is he ready?
I think he's ready.
I think he's ready.
Yeah.
He played for
Yeah, he did.
He played for Sandy.
He played for Sandy. He played well.
Yep.
He's not going too crazy, which is what you want to see.
Sure.
Yeah.
When he's just coming back. I think he's ready.
But I think it gives us the versatility too to chuck him in the ruck and chuck Rowan either in the goal square
Yeah.
or, chuck Rowan,
Give
as
Rowan
we
a break.
saw, just chuck him in the back.
That's
Yeah.
it. He can go
where
anywhere.
he can just go take like a mark.
He's having a terrific year again.
I love Rowan so much. Oh my God. Rowan, if you're listening, I love you.
You can't have them all.
Oh no, he's the only one I want. Oh no. I just love him.
He's the only one I
I've
want.
told my 4-year-old nephew that his name's Uncle Rowan.
Oh, just
He
preparing.
goes, Uncle Rowan. I'm like,
Yep.
I've taught you well.
Yes, it is. Let's hope. Sweet. Well, let's call predictions. We predicted last week that we would beat GWS by a minimum of 8 goals, and we were only 7 goals and 5 points
Yeah.
off. So fairly accurate.
Yes.
Genuinely,
Tim Embry kicked goals, and that's all we wanted as well.
Big time.
Yeah, we're happy with that. That was a good prediction by us.
yeah, very true.
Yeah.
Prediction by you. I had the terrible prediction of 8 goals. I think if we're going to get our season back on track, this is a must win.
Yep.
Yep.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Absolute must win. And
Because then it gives us not the flexibility, but if we lose to Port next week, you're like, okay.
Yep.
And it's in Adelaide, but
course
I feel like,
it is.
I agree. This is a must win. Otherwise, we're going to have 3 losses in a row.
yeah, big
Not being
time.
negative about Port, but
No.
they're going to be hard to beat over there.
Big time.
We-
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Not
we
saying
can.
we can't, but
I
that-
think we can.
Nice.
I was at the Adelaide game a couple of years ago in Adelaide, and it was just pumping. I think I might go to Adelaide for the Port game.
so
I don't know.
good.
I will
Feeling a
come.
bit-
There you go.
I'm like, oh, do I go?
Why not?
I usually do a couple of interstaters during the year, but
Why not? Adelaide's
we're
close
going
enough.
to Europe. I'm going to Europe this year, so I'm trying to save my money. But
Yeah,
it's so
but
hard.
like imagine what a year you'd have. You'll see all of Europe and Adelaide.
Oh,
I know.
yay.
How can you compare?
And I saw that the Port Freo game was sold out.
Yeah.
And the Freo crowd's not showing up to
That's
Adelaide
true.
Oval.
That's true.
So we need the Saints supporters to come to that
if you
game.
can, get over there. Why not?
Yeah.
You go.
I take donations. Anyone listening?
Just contact the Sainted Love Instagram page and we can talk about it further. So yeah, look, I think this is a must win, but I also think we should win.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know about margins or anything like that, but we know the Dogs are going to be under the pump this week. They already have been. They're going to come out and they're really going to push us. So hopefully some of that cleanliness we were missing on the weekend.
I will take a win by
something like
1
that.
point. I will, at this point, just
Yeah.
anything.
I will win
yeah.
by 2 goals ish.
Yeah.
That's my prediction at the moment.
I like it. Yeah.
Goals-ish.
I'm going to go really conservative and just say I'm going to win.
Yep.
Full stop. But on that as well, so as you said,
Yep.
it is our first home game of the season.
It
well,
is.
sorry,
Oh.
our first
Home game.
Marvel
Yep.
home game of the season.
So the crowd should be pumping.
I hope so. I mean, 2 Victorian clubs on a Thursday night, hopefully we get as many Sainers under the lid as possible to really, hopefully, rattle the crowd, rattle the Doggies crowd.
Yep.
And really just show our support because it does feel like a while since we've been at Marvel. I cannot wait.
I know, I can't wait to get back to my seat. It
Me
feels like
too.
it's been so long since I've sat in
Seriously,
it.
me too. It's gonna be good. So please get on down if you can and support the boys at Marvel,
Yes.
which I think is going to be a exciting, very telling match.
And
for the
then
season
come to
going
platform
forward.
28 after if Saints win.
Absolutely,
Yes.
the unofficial official home of Sainted Love.
And
We love
knock
it.
knocks. I have
knock-knocks.
been
Knock-knocks.
when the knock-knocks have been pumping.
They go off. That Geelong one last year was like nothing I've ever experienced. in
Yeah,
my
it
life.
was just constant loops.
There was a line to get into platform 28, and if you've been there, you know that that's not really
Yep.
too much of a thing. I couldn't even get in. I just happened to go up to the security guard that loves me, and I was on crutches in a moon boot, and I was like,
Let me in.
Can I get in with me and my 400 friends?" No, there was 10 of us.
You know, I
He got
snuck
us
in with you at that time.
I think, yes, you did. Oh my God. Yes, you did.
I was literally just chilling. I was like, I wonder if I can sneak in. And
I think I remember that. And I was thinking, who's that? But whatever, the more the merrier. Everyone get in. And I remember there was one girl, and I've now since remember her name. Her name was Tani, and I've seen her there a few
Tani.
times now. And I just remember she was pushing people out the way because I was on crutches. She's like, move, she's on crutches, let her out. And people were grabbing my crutches and lifting me up to do
You
the
love
thing,
it.
and everyone's like, go, go, go. And
You
I was
love
like,
to see it.
yes! And then my boss called me and he's like, I can't get in. I was like, I'll come get you in. Don't you worry about that. And he's Max King's dad. And I was like,
That's a
I
power
got you.
move.
Come in.
That is a power move.
I know.
Yeah, you love to
I
see
felt
it.
I felt so good getting him into the pub. I was like, he's calling me to get in.
Look, he knows the right people to get in contact
Yeah,
with. What can't
exactly.
you do? You're a doctor, you're a coach, and now you're a bouncer at Platform 28. Really? It's just fantastic. Like,
Just a woman of many talents.
got the hook up. You love to
literally.
see
I'm kind
it.
of like Barbie. I just like dabble in a bit of everything.
Barbie. Platform 28 Barbie. Comes with its own, like, you know, like little accessories, like a
Yeah.
bowl of chips
Yeah.
and a knock-knock.
Yep.
TikTok.
And a vodka soda.
Yes.
Oh, always.
You love to see it.
Love my vodka lime sodas.
Oh gosh, I just feel so old. I remember we moved house on that day last year where we played Geelong. We moved house all day. I was about 7 months pregnant and like got to the game like cross-eyed, being like, "Yay!" Remember driving past Platform 28, being like, oh, "If only," but we were like, "No, we're going home because we are tired." Okay. Next, we're spitballing a few sort of segments to get off the ground, thinking maybe we might reach out to the Sainted Love community, which, did you guys see, in a week, 500 followers.
Beautiful.
Slay.
How good's that?
Welcome.
Yep.
You love it. You love to see it. Everyone getting on board Sainted Love. So fantastic.
ERED, if you've forgotten.
Yes, Saint ERED. Yes.
Oh,
Because
I was like, ERD, what do you mean?
Because, as we say, you don't Google Sainted Love.
Yep. Anyways, that was last episode.
And if you do, you're welcome. No, but thinking about this segment here, it's called The Ones That Got Away. And it's sort of thinking about players who either have come from the opposition to the Saints or have gone from the Saints to the opposition, and ones that sort of just, you know, you prick the ears up when you play the Dogs because you're like, oh, you know, I remember Farron Ray, you know, almost a premiership player under Ross the Boss. And I mean, a name like Farron Ray, you're not going to forget
No.
in a rush. But can you guys think of any others? Like that were Doggies players, came to the Saints players went to the Doggies.
Well, we know Kobe Stevens came from the Doggies. Cordy came from the Doggies.
I was waiting.
The Messiah.
Can I just back on Kobe Stevens? Career cut short, again, because of concussion. I really liked Kobe Stevens as a
loved
player.
Kobe Stevens.
Really liked him as a player.
I think he's doing a documentary actually at
Is
the
he?
moment on concussions.
Oh, fantastic.
Like I think I saw something that he was
Brilliant.
Yeah. Making a documentary with someone about like what concussions in athletes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I kind of. Yeah, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll check that out.
Yeah, is that
When it's made.
is that the medical term?
Yep.
No, well, that'd be fascinating, yeah, because a career cut so prematurely short. Yeah, I really had a lot of time for Kobe Stevens. Of course, yep, please, don't let me deny you a chance to talk about Zane. You're right. You love him.
Yeah.
He's good.
Not like a row love, but like.
Not Uncle
I feel like
Joe.
everyone loves Zane like that. He's
Yeah.
just that guy.
Because, like, that's it. Like, you're not hearing someone being like, oh, Zane.
Did you
Hate
see
Zane.
the thing on Instagram the other day where they're just
Compliments?
the compliment thing?
Yes, I did.
And to
So
the
good.
Cordy, they were just like, you're a bit of a cult hero. And he's just like, just a
What?
guy playing footy.
No.
So nice.
It's like staring off into the
Yeah.
distance. Yeah, you love to see it. Love Zane. Yeah, that was really sweet, actually.
That whole video, I love that. That was so cute.
Oh, so
It
sweet.
was really cute.
Same as like we didn't give any Machito love for the match either, but you know when he was on the compliments videos, he's like, oh, thanks.
Just a
Okay.
humble king.
Wasn't it? He has the cutest dog and he's like, yeah, I do. I watched that video more than once.
Did you
I loved it.
really?
Yes.
Like you can quote it.
Yes.
I love it. Love to see it.
Okay, so the players that have done a trade from Saints to Bulldogs. I actually have done a lot of research because we did talk about this
Yes,
yesterday.
yes.
We have lost Josh Bruce,
Juice.
Nicky Winmar,
Oh.
Nick Caulfield,
Oh no, only because he followed Nicky Winmar.
and then loosely you could say Barry Hall, but He had a long time in Sydney. So.
Yeah, that's it. We're not affiliated with
Yeah.
Barry Hall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I forgot about Barry Hall, of course, because he had the stint at
Yeah.
Sydney in between. Yeah. Oh gosh, it was not pretty to lose Nikki Winmar to the Dogs. As a kid, I loved Nikki Winmar more than anything. I did.
He's so nice. I spoke to him on a plane to Sydney last year. He was like, I like what you're wearing because it was the Pura Milk jacket. I was like,
Yes.
thank you. He just came up and said that. I'm like, thanks.
He always goes to the platform, 28. He's
So
like quite
good.
often there after the game.
The bouncer, you'd know. You'd let him in.
Yeah, let him in, boys. He's
Just
one
let
of
him
us.
through. Let him through. I think anyone that's got Elvis as their middle name is just an absolute king.
Oh my God, I didn't know his middle name was Elvis.
Well, now you know. Now you can
Nice.
let me in platform 28,
Yeah.
right?
Come by me.
I will. Like, Amber, just in we come. Yeah, and Josh Bruce. I've a big soft
That
spot
hurt.
for Josh Bruce.
That hurt. He was my favourite player.
Really?
We were in a really bit of a down stage.
My dog's name's Bruce after him. Bruce Carlisle Vandenham.
My dog used to be
I
named
really
Bruce.
love Jake Carlisle too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our pets have middle names.
I love that. I love it. You love
That was like the most painful trade, him going to the
It was
Dogs.
a shame, really, wasn't it? You just sort of go, oh, like, I get why, but yeah, again,
I
really
don't.
sorry to, really sorry to
I
see his
don't think I
career
really-
sort of fizzle.
Dead. No, that's
Got the
no.
full spectrum here.
I don't know. I think in his last season with us, I think I was just sort of like, just looked like he didn't care. So I was a bit
indifferent.
like, I was a bit off him. I was sort of like, go if you go, if you stay, you're still here.
Yeah.
That
okay.
trade, we lost Josh Bruce and Jack Stevens, and that sucked. I was just like, are we ever going to kick a goal again? Like, oh.
Still no,
Yeah.
apparently. Yeah, no, that was really unfortunate, wasn't it? Yeah, that double. It's sort of like, where are we going from here?
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, now
Here we are.
Here we are. I'm drinking Moscato. With
we got
Ross the
too
Boss.
many forwards, if anything.
Yeah,
Far out.
literally.
Hey, who'd be a St Kilda supporter? Us, because
But I
it's the
think
bomb.
Ben Long came from the VFL.
He
Bulldogs
did.
VFL.
He did.
I loved him. I really rated him.
Got his badge.
I do have. I've got about 4 of them
You love to
by
see
accident, but
it. No. By definite purpose. You went.
I
out
kept
and got
buying
those
them because I
badges.
forgot that I already had them.
I really liked him as medi-sub. Like,
Nice, green.
I rated him when he
vest.
played in the forward line because I felt like he was a bit too dangerous in the back line. He'd give away some frees, and then
That's
I feel
very
like the
true.
umps, like they had it against. They'd just be. I'm not going to say they had it against him, but like they knew what he would do, so
True.
they were quite like on it. But I feel like it was again that I feel like he played a good like defensive forward, like we
Yeah.
spoke about before. And
I think that's what he's doing at Gold Coast
and
now.
taking good
Yeah.
marks and stuff. But I'm pretty sure I haven't been a bit slack with my footy watching of other teams so far this year. He's been the sub, hasn't he? Or
Yeah.
was that last year?
No, it was a bit. It has been.
A bit like on and off.
Yes. Yeah. Quite inconsistent. Medi-sub.
Medi-sub. He's a great medi-sub though. Like, he comes on and he brings the fire.
He's like-
Every time he
Yeah.
came on, I was like, yes, Ben Long.
I think that's what I loved about him. He just
Yeah.
had that like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no matter how bad, like he was there, he was.
He would just go
He
around
was
and
just going.
punch something
Yeah.
and just...
Punch something and someone.
And
you
you're
love
right,
to see
he's a
it.
good medi-sub because they can chuck him in the forward, he can chuck him on the wing, you can
Yeah.
chuck him in the back line, he'll sort of...
True. He does now play for Gold Coast. Which
Yeah,
is,
so that's off topic,
So-
sorry.
so.
Oh, yeah.
Before we wrap up for the day, Soz, our resident Sandy expert.
Yes.
You had a look at the Zebs on the weekend.
So they played before the Saints up in Manuka. I keep saying Manuka, but that's the honey.
Manuka too.
Yeah.
You know what? It's a relevant ground.
Yeah, no.
I mean, again, like I don't know. It sort of seems like that. You know, they said on the Sad Saint podcast last week. You know, like how, like the PA system's crap. Like I
Yeah.
don't know. If we'd won there, it would have been a great ground. Anyway,
Yeah.
Favourite ground. Love it.
So we played at 10 a.m. and at that time it was like 10 degrees. It was foggy. It was
10
cold.
a.m.
10 a.m. on Saturday.
Wow.
And I was like, I rocked in and like, I'm ready for a drink.
Was the bar open?
Yeah.
Yes.
There wasn't many people there. And it was mostly Sandy fans, which was nice.
Love to see
So
it.
they turned up. I don't have my notes with me, but I can give a bit of a rundown off the top of my head.
bit about Liam O'Connell. Not
Liam
O'Donnell.
O'Connell. So he debuted. We picked him up in the trade period at the end of last year. He's from Ireland and he's 21, I think. So this was his first game and I really liked what he had to offer.
Where does he play?
He's a defender,
Nice.
not a fullback. He's like a medium-sized defender.
Yeah.
And he was sticking to his man, which was refreshing to see because you don't see players stick to their man much these days.
A lot of grass protecting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was chasing the ball and he was all over the place. And I was really happy to see him.
Nice.
So I think he's got a good future coming up.
What about old mate Ari?
I love Ari.
Yeah, I'm here for Ari.
He's so exciting to watch. Technically, I don't know where he's going to fit in because he's also meant to be a defender.
Right.
But he kicked a goal. He got the most disposals, so he's running up and down the field. He's like going for goals.
Is he is he a roughie for this week coming in?
Could be.
If Max does,
I don't know where he'll go though because he's meant to be a defender, but he didn't lay a single tackle.
Would Hayes come in before Ari does?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ross loves to play the young kids.
It's true.
So
Yeah.
it really could, we sit here and go, yeah, I reckon Hayes in before him, but Ross loves
Yeah, that's true.
chucking the young kids in and just giving them
Yeah.
a go.
That is true.
But I think this is a must-win game, so you have to
Yeah.
feel like you
Yeah,
almost
goes-
don't. You go with the safe option.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be hasty. He got 6 touches.
Yep.
And he was with Saints for the last 2 weeks, so I don't know where he was playing. And Collard, he got 2 goals. He's an amazing shot at goal, but 4 touches for the game. So he's also scared of the ball, I guess.
It's a rough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
these are the 2 kids that have already played with Saints. So you think their confidence would be up, but
yeah.
not sure.
I mean,
playing a bit safe.
it's hard, isn't it? I mean, the score was not on our side on the weekend, I guess,
No.
for Sandy as well. So I don't know. Maybe it would just get an opportunity to start clicking.
I like to see them try though. That's what I like to see.
Yeah.
That's what I like about Ari because he would just go for it.
Love it. Yeah.
Even in the 4th quarter, he's like, yep, I'm going to play over here. I'm going to play over there.
But that's what you want to see. You just want effort.
Yeah, he's an exciting
Yeah,
footballer.
essentially, just effort.
Yeah.
That's it. To pressure and to, like you say, stick on a player, to pressure in particular doesn't take any talent. It just takes effort. So, if he's already doing that, it's awesome.
But then and also Dougal played at Sandy.
Yep.
He got, I think, 20 disposals.
Yep.
Laid a few tackles. It didn't look like he was excited to be there, but that's just the Dougal we see sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. In different Dukes.
But I wonder how we'll actually go this year because I think we were trying to see who would take him at the end of last season. So he might
Yeah, he might just not be
be a
happy.
bit shitty.
So just
Hopefully he
solve
listens to the
heartbreak.
podcast and know that the girls.
yeah, we're here for you, Dukes.
Yeah,
There you go.
We want
And
the
look,
best for
I'll
you.
put in for Kat as well. And me too. Don't get me wrong. But stick around, Dukes. We're here for you. How'd Zachy Jones go?
He was consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he got the second highest touches. He got 31. You can tell he plays for Saints, but he was still making the errors that he was making last week. He's still getting tackled by VFL players. You'd hope he'd be just a bit more clean.
Look, I have a lot of time for Zach Jones. I've really liked his career.
Yeah.
Even when he was playing at Sydney. And it's nothing personal. I would rather see a kid get played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him if he's medi-sub. I don't like when he's named in our
Yeah, a list.
our list.
Yeah. It's, yeah.
And I like him too. I like that, watching him in a contest. Just he's like a bull in a china shop sometimes. And sometimes you just need that toughness in the contest.
No
But
doubt.
I would love what he does, but I think I would rather see a young kid be in before him too.
I agree with that 100%. And I think when Crouch is fit and
That's
firing,
exactly what I was just going to say too.
he will keep Jones out of the
Yeah.
team because he's
And
that real
look
in
at
and under
Windy
mid.
just stepping up now too.
Yeah.
He's. I think we just have.
Yeah. Yeah. Players
But I think
who
his
can take that
leadership
spot.
too, probably with his age, is probably good for some of the young kids when he's playing for Sandy and stuff.
No
and
doubt. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not begrudging him as a player or anything like that. I really do like how he goes about it. But yeah.
Yeah.
Is he the future? No.
No.
And that's
He's solid. He's
Yeah.
but we
like
kind
the
of
word
want at the
Yes.
serviceable. That's what
Yes.
we
Yeah.
at work.
yes, serviceable.
We always say, "Yep, they're serviceable." Paul Hunter for that 1 year, serviceable. Did what he needed to do, and I loved him.
Do you have his badge?
No, I don't think they ever brought one out. I think I searched. I could be wrong on that, but I don't. Oh, maybe I do.
There
I'm
you
gonna
go.
go home and check.
Contact the channel if you've got a Paul Hunter badge.
Yeah, so I can buy it.
Take-
So you can donate it to me. Actually, I'm going
Yes.
to Europe. I'm
and
going
to
on holidays and Adelaide. I
you
need
need-
like a hat. I'll start busking.
Just be like, stand out the front and be like, I'm the knock knock person. Be like, really? Prove it. $10. No. $10. Then go.
Then you get it.
like a carnival ride.
Extra $5 if you want a photo.
There you go. You can quit your job.
Oh,
Tell Max's dad, see you at the platform. I'm out of here.
I'm busking.
for a living outside of Marvel. Before the game at Marvel Stadium, get on down to the social club.
Yep.
I think if you're not a social club member, it's $10 to get in. But Marshy says good vibes only. So if Marshy said good vibes only, you said, okay, Joyce is going to be playing some music, going to be some optimistic
And we're
Saints
probably
fans.
going to be there because we're part of the team.
So that is why we would be there.
Yes.
No, but come on down because it's a great way to support the club. There's going to be some appearances by players.
Yep.
You can get a feed before the match, but it's also just a good way to set yourself up for a good night. So get on down to the social club, level 2.
In the new precinct.
Have some food and a drink if that's what happens there.
Get on down because we will be, maybe we might put people off now. They're like, better not go there.
Come down.
No, get on down. But definitely, regardless, victory room or not, no, social club or not, get to
the game.
Marvel.
Yep.
Get to Marvel, make some noise for the boys.
Yep.
Yes.
Beautiful. Well, that's probably it for us this week.
Yes.
Yeah, I reckon we've gone on
big
a
circle,
journey.
yeah.
It's been a big journey.
You've made it to the destination.
We really have. I think we're sort of like Soz's car. We had a few clicks.
Yep.
But we got there.
Yes.
And it got us
This is a
where we
10-hour
needed to be.
podcast. This one might have been 10 hours.
It could have been, but you know what? Give the people what they want.
Yeah. Australia's best podcast.
Australia's best and favourite podcast.
Oh, that's sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Red, white and black chat. You heard it here first.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to us this week. We're going to say a big thank you to you, Amber, for subbing in for the week.
Oh,
you
thanks
are
for
our
having me,
medi-sub.
guys. I'll make.
You'll be the Ben Long.
I'm gonna make you. Yeah, I'm the medi-sub.
I'm the
medi-sub.
Love it.
I'll come back.
Excellent. This won't be your last time.
No, it won't be.
That's it. I'll see you at Platform 28.
Yeah, see you there.
After the game,
Yep.
social club beforehand.
Exactly.
Oh, thanks, guys. Thanks, Soz.
Thank you.
Love to see it.
Yep.
Thanks. Love
and
to
I'll
see
be at the
you.
game as usual.
Fantastic. Can't wait.
Yes.
Love it.
We're going to win.
We are going to win.
We are going to
okay.
win.
Let's do
Positive vibes only. Praying to the footy gods. Please.
Exactly.
Everything crossed. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.